Hey guys, it's me, Liberty Lee Lives here. Welcome back to my channel. Thanks for 49 subscribers. Please give me 200k subscribers. So today's video is going to be more interesting than the last. Obviously, most of you probably don't live in Massachusetts. You guys probably live somewhere else in the U.S. Comment down below. I have a challenge for you guys. Comment down below if you guys live in Massachusetts, or if you don't live in Massachusetts, what state do you live in? Because I want to know. So today I'm going to be telling you some crazy rules in Massachusetts. If you're a citizen in Massachusetts, if you live in Massachusetts like I do, you have to follow. So I'm going to start with that. Okay, so the first thing I want to tell you about is the Massachusetts Comprehensive Assessment System. If you live in Massachusetts, you know what that is, but for those of you who don't live in Massachusetts, who are my viewers, if you don't live in the state of Massachusetts, I'm going to tell you what it is. So the Massachusetts Comprehensive Assessment System is a state-required test. It's a state-required standardized test that most school districts in the state have to take, with an exception of a few of them don't, but the majority of them do. I'd say like 98 or 97% of the state school districts take it. What it is it's a standardized test. There's two. Well, okay, depending on what part of the state you live in, you might have to take the civics one, which is U.S. history and government, but most school districts take the science, the English, and the, most school districts take the science, sorry, my throat's a little, the science, the ELA, and the math. What they do is, there's something in Massachusetts called the Department of Elementary and Secondary Education. What the Department of DESE is an acronym. It stands for DESE, Department of Elementary and Secondary Education. What the Department of Elementary and Secondary Education is it's a department in the state of Massachusetts that makes up the test, and they make up the rules for standardized testing. They create the test. They look at everybody in the state's tests. Well, not so much the, how do I explain it? Not so much the multiple choice questions, but the open response, like for ELA, or for like the open response for math, which is different, or the written responses for biology or whatever type of science MCAS you have to take. MCAS is an acronym that stands for Massachusetts Comprehensive Assessment System. So what it is they test you on like reading comprehension and math, your math skills, and in science or biology, what you've learned that year. And last year when I took the biology MCAS, I was a little nervous that I wasn't going to pass, but in October one day, I was at work and my mother texted me, this was a Saturday, I was at work and my mother texted me and she was like, you passed the MCAS with a score of 472. And the thing with these standardized tests are, when you get up to take that test, you don't have to get every single question right, but you have to get the majority on both sessions right in order to pass. Because what they do is they grade the computer grades the Department of Elementary and Secondary Education grades the written responses, but the computer grades your multiple choice. But yeah. And then, yeah. And then, so what they do is you have to take 2 sessions of each, science or biology or whatever you're taking that year, math and English language arts, which is ELA. And then what they do for each session is they grade one session, they grade 2 sessions. So let's say the passing score for English, okay. So the passing score for English this year for my class, you need to pass, is a 472. So let's say you're in my sophomore class and you live in Massachusetts. Let's say you get a 270 on the first one. No. Let's say you get a 260 on the first one and a 212 on the next one. 260 plus 212 is 472. So you'd automatically pass. So they grade the first session and they grade the second session, and then they add the scores together, and that's how they determine if you passed the MCAS or if you failed. Now, Now your question might be, Liz, what happens if you fail the MCAS? One of the MCASs. If you fail one of the MCASs, next year there's a day to make up the biology MCAS if you didn't pass that, or the ELA or the math. Now, let's say you pass the biology and the math, but you just cannot pass the ELA. You keep taking until you can pass, but if you take it several times and you can't pass, what some teachers do is they might give you a packet to study for, like an MCAS, but it'd be an easier version of MCAS, and then the teachers will grade and they'll send it off to the Department of Elementary and Secondary Education saying, this student did pass, they just weren't able to pass yours. And then you'll be able to graduate. You need MCAS to graduate. For what reason, I nor the teachers do not know. My teachers don't know, but yes, it's not fair, but if you want to graduate, you'll have to pass for whatever reason. I mean, if you do not graduate, you'll get a certificate of attendance saying that you attended high school but you weren't able to graduate. But I'm not going to worry about that because most likely is 90%. I think 98% of the class will graduate, or 100%. But like my sophomore class, but like I just don't know. I have 2 more years till I graduate high school because I still have to go through junior year and senior year. But I'm in the middle of my sophomore year now, and I'm a little nervous, but I know I'll do well. Second one is sitting in the passenger seat. I don't know, you have to be over a certain height. I don't know what that height is. I have to ask my pediatrician. But the weight you have to be to sit in the front seat in Massachusetts is 115 pounds. 115, not 50, 15. 115 pounds, 115 pounds. And it doesn't matter what that number to the right decimal is for your weight. It doesn't matter as long as you're at 115, you're able to sit in there. I don't know why it's 115. That's just a rule in the state of Massachusetts that we have to follow. You might be like, Liz, why'd your mother? Well, okay. In 5th grade, I was 4 feet 11 inches. When I graduated elementary school, I was 4 feet 11 inches, right? I was 112 pounds, and I was 3 pounds away from being able to sit in the front seat. You must be 13, but I was 3 pounds away. You have to either be 13 or 115 pounds, but if you reach 115 pounds first and you're not 13, you're still able to sit in the front seat. It's just the age requirement in Massachusetts is 13 years old to be able to sit in the front seat. Don't ask me why, I don't know, but that's just a rule. And so, that's one of the, but if you hit 13 first, if you hit 13 and you're not the height or weight, but if you're the height but not the weight, you can still sit in there, but if you're the weight but not the height, you can still sit. But if you're under age 13 but you hit the height and the weight at the same time, you can still sit in there. It depends on the person, how fast they grow, how fast they gain weight, stuff like that. But yeah. So that's the second one. The third and final one I'm going to say is fire drills. The state of Massachusetts, we must be every term or quarter, whatever you say. My school has the school I'm in, the high school I'm in, the school campus I'm on. We're supposed to have 4 fire drills a year, but we only have 3. But the Massachusetts state law requires 4 fire drills per year, 1 per term, or maybe 2 and then 1 and 1, depending on how many terms. I have quarters. I have 4 quarters. So I have the first one. I'm at the end of my second one, and I'm about to ready to enter my third quarter of the year. So I'm 50%. I am almost 50% done with my sophomore year, aka my 10th grade year. But yes, they just require like fire drills like 4 times a year, just to make sure that everybody knows like the plan, if there would ever be a fire. But yeah, those are the Massachusetts laws that you must follow, and thanks for 49 subscribers. Please give me 200K subscribers. Like, comment, subscribe. New videos every Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. Turn on your post notifications, and I will see you guys